My little brother told me to quit pretending to be his parent and leave him alone for good, so I did. 3 weeks later, a call at 2 a.m. made him take back every word. Micah kicked the passenger door shut so hard the mirror shook. It's not even that late, and you're already out here hunting me down. I slid the car into gear and pulled off the curb, letting his tone roll off me. I've told you 100 times. That quarry, the older kids who drink out there, to drop by the water. 2 people have died at that spot. He threw his head back against the seat. I'm 15, not a toddler. Every other kid gets to have a life. You just want me trapped in that house with you forever. I kept my eyes on the road. I want you alive, that's all. Is that so hard to understand? He laughed, sharp and mean. Alive. You sound like a warden. Ever since mom got sick and dad bailed, you decided you own me. You gave up your own stuff, fine, that was your choice. Nobody asked you to. I don't need a fake parent. I need you to disappear. Something in my chest went cold and quiet. I pulled onto the shoulder and sat there gripping the wheel until my knuckles ached. Okay, I said, you want me gone. Done. From that night on, I stopped. No texts asking where he was. No waiting up on the couch with the porch light on. When he said he was heading out, I nodded and went back to my dinner. His face lit up like he'd won something. He came home at 3 a.m. that first weekend, and I said nothing. For a while, he bragged to everyone. My sib finally backed off. Doesn't even care what I do anymore. But some nights I'd catch him standing in my doorway, phone in his hand, thumb hovering over a message he never sent, and when he saw me look up, he'd pretend he was just passing by. Once I found a text half-typed on his screen that started with the word sorry and got deleted before he could finish it. His lunch used to be packed and waiting on the counter every morning. I stopped making it. His jersey stayed dirty in the hamper because I no longer did his wash, and he wore it inside out to practice rather than ask me. When his fever spiked and he lay shaking under his blanket, I left water and medicine on his nightstand and shut the door, instead of sitting up with him all night like I always had. We stopped eating at the same table, stopped talking at all. On his birthday, I stayed in my room while he microwaved his own dinner and ate it in front of the TV, alone. No cake, nothing. Week by week, the bragging died out. He got quieter, smaller. He started coming home earlier, then stopped going out much at all, though he never once admitted why. And one Friday, he leaned in the kitchen doorway while I washed a mug. There's a thing at the quarry tonight, the one you always freak out about. Have fun, I said, drying my hands. He blinked. That's it. You're really not going to lecture me or trail me in the car like a stalker. Nope, I said. Can't you even pretend you still care? I set the mug down. You told me to disappear. I'm just doing what you asked. His jaw tightened. Whatever. I don't need you. He grabbed his hoodie off the hook, and mom's old keychain, the one I had kept clipped to it since the funeral, slid off and hit the floor. He didn't notice. He was already out the door. The truth is, no matter how cold I made my face, my hands were shaking the second it slammed. I gave him 10 minutes. Then I took my keys and drove out to the quarry road and parked in the dark 2 bends down, close enough to watch the headlights coming and going, far enough that he would never spot me. I answered emails on my phone and looked up every single time a car pulled away, counting faces, making sure none of them were his being carried. Then at 2 a.m., the screen lit up with his name and my stomach dropped straight through the floor. His voice was tiny. Rue, I think I'm hurt. They left. Everyone left. And my phone is about to die, and it's so dark down here, please. I was already running before he finished. I found him at the bottom of the slope near the water, ankle twisted under him, soaked to the knees, shaking so hard his teeth knocked together. I pulled off my jacket and got it around him. He grabbed a fistful of my shirt and would not let go. You came, he kept saying. I told you to disappear, and you still came. I got an arm under him and lifted. You were right there the whole time, weren't you? I didn't answer. I just held on. You gave up everything for me, he choked out. School, your friends, all of it, and I told you to vanish. I only ever wanted to matter to somebody. I walked him up the slope one careful step at a time. Micah, save your breath. But I finally get it, he whispered against my shoulder. You were never trying to cage me. You were the only one who never left.